Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to do part one of a actually three-part series on using silicone to make your lampshade base. Now, this one I'm going to be mixing the silicone with cornstarch. As usual, I will describe in the description all the parts that I have used in this project. And as an affiliate, I do get a little bit of money if you happen to click on my website. But anyways, so any cornstarch will do. It doesn't really matter what brand it is. And I put it on a piece of really smooth melamine. So I have a smooth surface to work on. Of course, you could work on glass if you want to. I squeezed out the silicone from a standard tube of silicone. Now you could just cut the end and get it all out in one. It doesn't really matter. If desired, you can use alcohol dye and put a little bit of color in your silicone so you can see what's exactly where you put your silicone. Now you can also use silicone pigment and some oil paints work for it. But anyway, so that's what you can do to put a little color in it. Now you want to knead the silicone into the cornstarch to a pie dough consistency. So this is basically what you would do if you were baking bread or pie dough or something. So you'd put a lot of the cornstarch on top and underneath and use your nitrile gloves. You don't want to use latex gloves because people say that the silicone will stick to them. So I've always used the nitrile and they work great. They keep your hands nice and clean. So you just kind of keep kneading it again and again. Yes, I did speed up this video because it does get a little boring watching someone knead forever. When you buy your silicone, do buy 100% silicone because it really does, it needs to be pure silicone for these projects to work. Sorry, the camera is not overly sturdy. So anyways, I'm kneading away at it, and you want to get to a consistency that seems like it'll all stay together and that you can roll it out. So you don't want to get it too stiff, but you do want to have it, the whole reason you're doing this is so that you can have a nice kind of dough to work with. So I just kept on folding it over and squishing and folding and kneading and getting it all together. I put extra cornstarch on the table when I'm working so that it doesn't stick to the table. So I'm kneading away, and it's almost ready. I'll put some extra cornstarch. Cornstarch is luckily very inexpensive, so it's okay to use. Now you want to roll this mixture out like you would a pie crust. So when I'm making a pie, I use a lot of flour. So that's what I used with this was a lot of cornstarch. I put a lot on top. I had some underneath. I made sure that there's a barrier of the cornstarch between my rolling pin and my silicone. So it's nice and protected and keeps it from sticking. So I rolled it out pretty thin, and then just like you would do with a pie, I folded it up and then kind of plopped it into my lamp that I want this. I want to make a lamp, a stained glass lampshade that is the shape of this metal form that I have, because I have a chandelier that has a lot of these little metal forms in it, and that's what I want to replace eventually with stained glass design. So I wanted that exact size so it would fit in the metal base and all that. So that's why I'm using this method of making my mold. It makes a very It makes a very, here I even wrote it out, makes a very uniform layer. And so if you have any kind of need for your silicone to be absolutely, rollable and parallel to itself, like you need a block of silicone for some reason, this is one way to do it because it really does make a pretty firm mixture that you can then use to do like I'm doing right here, which was make a nice form. Now, when I'm done, when I actually want to make my lamp, I will probably fill the inside of it with, I probably will not put it on the metal like I am right here. I just was looking at it because I want to be able to put pins in it, and you can't really put the pin very deep into metal. So I will probably put some kind of fabric or something and fill it so that I have a substance to pin into. Well, thanks for watching, and please see part 2 where I will show mixing silicone with dish soap to use to make a mold. And this is when I'm using a styrofoam base. And that's just another method to use silicone, and it's really easy and fun. Thanks.